In the end, the last emperor of China did not leave behind a kingdom, but a warning. History can crown a child, but it cannot give him back his childhood. In 1908, behind the red walls of the Forbidden City, a child was taken from his home. His name was Puyi, and before he could understand the world called him emperor. He was not old enough to rule, not old enough to choose, not even old enough to know fear properly. Yet an ancient empire placed its final crown upon his head. For more than 2,000 years, China had been ruled by emperors. Dynasties had risen, armies had marched, palaces had burned, and thrones had changed hands. But the idea of the emperor had survived almost everything, until one small boy became the symbol of its ending. Puyi did not enter power like a conqueror. He entered it crying, confused, and surrounded by strangers. The Forbidden City became his home, but also his cage. Outside those walls, China was changing faster than the court could understand. Foreign powers had weakened the Qing Dynasty for decades. Rebellions had shaken the empire from within. And by 1911, revolution was no longer a rumor. It was moving through the country like fire through dry grass. In palace rooms, officials still bowed before the child emperor. But outside, the empire they served was already collapsing. Puyi sat on the dragon throne, but he did not hold power. Adults spoke in his name, signed in his name, and decided his future. On February 12, 1912, the impossible happened. The last emperor of China abdicated. He was only 6 years old. A child had ended what centuries of wars had failed to destroy. But history did not release him. The new republic allowed him to remain inside the Forbidden City. He was no longer emperor of China, but inside the palace, people still treated him like one. This made his life strange, almost unreal. Outside the walls, China was becoming a republic. Inside the walls, time moved like an old ghost. Puyi grew up surrounded by ritual, silence, and loneliness. He had servants, titles, and ceremonies, but very little real freedom. Even his childhood belonged to history. Then came 1924, and the last illusion was broken. Puyi was forced to leave the Forbidden City. The palace that had been his cage was suddenly no longer his home. He stepped into a world he had never truly known. A man raised as heaven's son now had to live like a lost stranger. But fallen kings are dangerous symbols. And powerful men soon saw Puyi not as a person, but as a tool. In the 1930s, Japan placed him on another throne. This time, he became Emperor of Manchukuo. The crown returned, but freedom did not. Behind the ceremony was control. Behind the title was fear. And behind the throne was an empire that was not truly his. Puyi had spent his life wearing crowns chosen by others. As China suffered and war expanded, his second reign became another prison. The world around him was burning again. But this time, the palace walls could not protect him. In 1945, Japan's war collapsed. Puyi tried to escape the ruins of his borrowed empire. But history caught him again. Soviet troops captured the man who had once been called the Son of Heaven. His palaces were gone. His titles were useless. And his name had become evidence in a new world. After years of imprisonment and re-education, Puyi returned to Beijing as an ordinary citizen. The man once served by thousands now learned to serve himself. He worked, walked, waited in lines, and lived without ceremony. For most people, this would be ordinary. For Puyi, it was the strangest throne of all. He had been emperor, prisoner, puppet, witness, and survivor. His life was not only the story of one fallen ruler. It was the story of a civilization crossing from empire into the modern age. The tragedy is not that Puyi lost power. The tragedy is that he was given power before he was given a life. He became a ruler before he became a person. And by the time he understood the throne had already disappeared. In the end, the last emperor of China did not leave behind a kingdom, but a warning. History can crown a child, but it cannot give him back his childhood.